have a brand new palette by Dior. We're getting right into it. It is a red palette. This is a red palette by Dior. This is a red palette by Dior. This is the 5 Colors Couture eyeshadow palette by Dior in Reflexion 888, I lied, 889. I was so excited to try this one. Oh my gosh, I saw this one and I was like, oh gosh, a red palette. I don't know. I don't really, should I or not? I don't know. It's red. It's red. How often am I going to be able to wear that? And then I thought to myself, you know what? It's got a lot of colors in here that are really pretty, like these copper, earthy tones, and then this kind of muted, it's kind of like this muted berry. And I was like, maybe I'll try that. So you know how you have this internal monologue? Am I the only one? I have this internal monologue in my head. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll get it and review it. And then I'm like, well, usually it's like $65. That's a lot of money for a palette. And then on Dior.com, it was $44. I was like, okay, I'll do it, fine. Twist my arm. I thought to myself, why not? Let's try it out. I created this look today. I love the look. It's it's definitely a smokier eyeshadow palette for me, but let's go ahead and swatch it. Let's start off with this lightest shade. So here is the lightest shade here. I'm gonna do it on the back of my hand because that seems to be easiest for me. I'm still getting the swatching down, guys, and the focus for this camera. I hope you are enjoying the new camera. I think I'm slowly getting it like just about right. It takes a while. I'm not a camera expert. I'm a nurse by trade. I'm not a camera expert. So this is that top left shade. Yeah, top left shade here. It's just like, I'm getting in there and getting some pigment so y'all can see what it looks like. Now this is a lot more orange than I thought it would be. Like it tends to like pull a bit more orange than copper, I feel like, because it looks pretty copper in here, but then you swatch it and you're like, it's pretty orangey coppery, but I guess copper is orange. Let's do the red middle one. Now this is definitely, there you go. It's red. Definitely red. Let me try to get a little bit more here. I don't feel like that came out very well. But it's got some shimmer. All these have a bit of shimmer to them. Kind of red. It has a bit of like a copper, hold on, shimmer finish, I feel like. I just build it up a little bit. See that little shine in it? Don't you feel like that has a little bit more ump to it? Yeah, it's kind of pretty. It's pretty unique, in my opinion. I just washed my hand off. Okay, let's go into this kind of mauvey purpley shade. I think this might be one of my favorites in this. It's got, I know, look at that kind of coppery shift here. Isn't that pretty? Can you see it? Hello? Oh, y'all are like, Jen. Okay. I can just hear you now. I can just hear you now. All right. So I love the imprint too. I love the Dior across it. There's this other one that has greens in it, and I'm like waiting on that bad boy to come in stock at Dior. It has not come in stock yet. Everyone's like, oh, it's sold out. And I was like, I don't even think it's been in stock. So I'm waiting on that to come. All right, so this one has that shimmer finish too. See, they all have that shimmer finish. See how it has that pretty kind of, and it's not like super shimmery, it's just kind of like a really pretty shimmery satin. I feel like that's what it is. It had, this is limited edition, made in France. It is 889 Reflection, 6-month shelf life. So just an FYI, and then has 7 grams of product. All right. I created this look, like I said. I will show you the look here in a minute. Let's get into it. Starting with this copper shade in the top right corner, y'all. This is so pretty. I'm going in with this rougher number 12 brush. It's kind of a dense crease brush. It provides enough density to be able to have enough control, right? So I have so much control over this really intense color. So intense for me. I don't know. I really like it though. I love that it's a little different. Definitely all the fall vibes, y'all. I mean, is this not giving y'all fall vibes or what? But although it is August, but it is such a pretty kind of orangey tone, kind of pumpkin-y in a lot of ways. Next, we're using this Spectrum and Katie Jane Hughes brush, y'all. It's her number 10 brush. I really like her brushes. They're synthetic brushes, but this is a really nice shape because it gets in there and it's going to help diffuse this shade more into the crease, not as bold as necessarily I need it to be right now. So I'm just using that to diffuse the shade. And it was a clean brush, so it provides a little bit, that helps in a lot of ways. The key to this is keep going. Yes, just keep working with it, y'all. And especially with these more bold colors and shades, you just gotta work with them, honestly. And you can see here how it's kind of diffused out more. I really like this shade with my eye color. I think it really makes it look nice. All right, this really pretty mauvey purpley shade. I was really curious of how this would transform to the lid because it looks really pretty in a swatch and on, you know how that is. You know what I mean? But it looks so pretty. And I think that even on its own, this would look so beautiful. I'm really enjoying, I like how I'm putting it on the lid and then being able to kind of work it up into the crease a little bit. It does kind of make a green eye pop as well. These shades are really good for my eye color, I feel like. So my eyes are kind of green blue. Some days they're green, some days they're blue. I don't know. Sometimes it just works like that. So, but I really do like these shades for my eye color, and I feel like that's really nice. Now I'm trying to use all the shades in the palette to show you kind of what it would look like if you used all the shades. You do not have to use all the shades in the palette, y'all. You can use one shade, you can use three, you can use two. It does not matter at all. But I just like to play around and sometimes just sit here and play with makeup, honestly, and it's kind of like my happy place. What do we think of this really pretty kind of a wash, really just a wash of color here? And I love this. It's great as a highlighter. It's great as an inner corner. You can put it all over the lid if you wanted to. Actually, after I was done with this look, I took it off and I just applied this shade, this lightest shade in the palette, and it was beautiful on. I just loved it. Yeah, I just really like it. It's subtle, yet can pack a punch, you know? I think we're looking pretty good. So far, so good. I feel like this brush looks really big on the screen. It is not big, y'all. I'm going in with this red shade, but this is the Sonia G Detail brush, and I'm so scared of red. That's what my face was for. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, is it gonna make me look like? Sometimes red can not make me look good, but I think you just have to be kind of strategic in the way you place it. Like I'm using it as an eyeliner here, and it I feel like it's really pretty without being too much. Because y'all know I like neutrals a lot, more often than not. But I did put it under the eye too, just to kind of bring it together. And I cleaned up the under eye too, just to kind of give it some umph without being, it was a little red underneath the eye. So yeah, just blending that over and on the lash line. I really like it. So I'm kind of doing this in segments almost, so you can see what the shades look like on. Applying a little bit more of that red just to see what it looks like fill up a little bit, but kind of gives you an idea of what it would look like and cleaning up underneath. You just have to clean up sometimes. I don't have any makeup on anywhere else but my eyes right now, so it's okay. It's okay. So this is just kind of a test of what this palette looks like and what it can do. I am going in with this deepest brown shade, and it almost has a little bit of a berry undertone to it. If you can see it applied on top of these shades, almost pulls a little purple, right? Interesting, for sure. But I'm deepening this up, y'all, and it's gonna be smoky. It's gonna be bold and smoky, and I kind of like it. It's a bit bold and smoky for me personally. It's fun, and it's always fun to kind of go outside my comfort zone a little bit. Oh, every once in a while. So you can see what it looks like with, the me dancing. You can see what it looks like on one eye without, and then with it, and I like it. I really do. I mean, I like it both ways. You could wear it however which way you'd like. So I'm just adding this on. This detail brush by Sonia G, so nice. And I'm just taking, that Katie Jane Hughes brush that we were speaking of before, the number 10, and using that. And I've been wiping off my brushes in between use just to get the pigment off on a microfiber towel. I do that often, and then, you can have kind of free reign to blend and really be able to kind of make it however you like. Taking that deeper brown and putting it underneath as well, just to kind of bring the whole look together a little bit. I really like that brown, y'all. I mean, a lot of these colors I feel like we could really wear on its own and it really look really good, if that makes sense. Specifically for fall. Oh, I had to get more of that, the lightest shade, that kind of really pretty. It's almost gold, but it's a little lighter than, gold, if that makes sense. Yeah, it looks really pretty. It gives a little bit more of an impact with the finger application. Wow. All right, let's throw some makeup on. I'm actually quite impressed with how this came out so far. I mean, it's deep. Don't get me wrong, it's deep, but. Okay, y'all, what do we think of I have hair on my face? Ah. Is this like glam, y'all? What on earth? Oh. All right, y'all, what do you think? Do you love it? It's like a lot. I really like it though. Like if I were going out on a date night or something, like I feel like it makes my eyes just pop. I saw Bobbi Brown. She said instead of like curling your lashes, but I curl my lashes. I love curling my lashes. Like I can't, like that's probably one thing I cannot live without is an eyelash curler. But she did say, and funny enough, I have the Jones Road. Well, if you haven't tried this Jones Road mascara yet, that is what I'm wearing today, friends. And it is the best. I feel like I have a lot of light here. Anyways, I hope you like the look. I mean, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, another red palette. But with it being $44 on Dior.com, I don't know if it still is, but if that is such a good deal for a Dior palette. So with that being said, even if you didn't want to use like the red, you could totally use just a couple shades in the palette. You could even use this one as a liner, kind of like I did in the corner here a little bit, or you can use the red as a liner like I did, or this one, which is really pretty. This one's lighter than I thought it would be. Overall, I'm like really loving it and it's really pretty and I can't wait to go out on a date with my husband. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching today. I really appreciate y'all being here and subscribing, supporting your girl over here. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.